So this video will be about monitoring and analyzing the NSX networking and security metrics with vCenter Operations Manager. So vCenter Operations Manager is another server or package that can be integrated together with the vSphere environment, but also for NSX specifically. So in order to make this work, I needed to set up a vCenter Operations Manager server, and I did it and I configured it already. One of the things is that you need to make sure that once you install it, you also need to set it up, and there are some pretty good links that you will find on the internet, and I will add one on the bottom of this video here. You can see it right now if you look at the bottom of the video. And that's the link that I at least used for setting up and configuring the vCenter Operations Manager server. And you also need to make sure once you've done that, that you install the management pack, or the VMware vRealize Operation Management Pack for the NSX vSphere environment. There are actually two versions out right now. There's a 1 and a 2. If you use Google, suggest you to use Google. You can type in management pack for NSX vSphere. I made a typo, and then you can see here on the Solutions Exchange page that you can download this. So just go, you see a 2.0 here, there's a 1.0 as well. I downloaded the 2.0 because that's the newest version, and you can log in and try. You need to register first, and then you can log in, and then you can download this management pack. When you downloaded this management pack, of course you need to install it on the Operations Manager as well, and you will find another link here at the bottom that I used in order to install it and configure it to make sure that my NSX environment was integrated as well. What I did, by the way, is once that management pack was installed, there's something very important that you needed to do. Let me log in first, and let's go to administration. Administration here, and there you can see that in the beginning, when you install the Operations Manager, you will see that these types of things here needs to be filled in. So basically you have to fill in your credentials, the IP address of your vCenter server, etc., etc. If you don't do that, then here for example, for the vCenter adapter, you have to type in a name, a vCenter server, and of course the credentials you need to add in here, and you need to test the connection. If the test works, then of course you need to hit save and close. And the same applies for the vCenter Python Actions adapter. Not sure where we are going to use this one for. I don't know. I just typed it. I just filled in the correct credentials, and it's out of scope. So close. So when you install the management pack, this will be added here to the solutions. You will see management pack for NSX vSphere, and you need to do the same basically. You need to type in your NSX manager, your vCenter host, and the credentials. You need to test it, and then after that you will see that once you've done that successfully, you will see that the collection status is changing to collecting, and the collection status will change to data receiving. Same applies for the normal vSphere environment as well. So once you've done that, you will go to environment, and then suddenly some additional inventory trees pops up here. So you'll see the control plane, the edge services, logical routers, logical switches, transport zones, all with NSX in front. So yeah, let's go back to the environment, and I believe when you go to home, you will see some dashboards, and well, these dashboards will give you an overview of different metrics of your NSX environment. So you can see that there are some key NSX components. One of them is my NSX manager. I only have one of them. The other one is one NSX controller. I also have only one of them. I should have three though, but this is lab environment. But in a production environment, we should have three of them. The others are my NSX edges. I created 4 of them for all different purposes. You can see this is my main edge service, this one is the load balancer, this one is for VPN purposes, and this one is for other VPN purposes. And I have created one logical router. As you can see here, the color, they're all green. If I hover over it, you can see the health, workload, and all of those different things. Well, you can see risk critical. Not sure why. Probably because, well, I don't know why. Oh, I think I may know why. But that's, well, out of scope. Anyway, I can do the same for the others. You can see all of different metrics if the health is okay of that certain controller or edge or logical router. Here in the open alerts, you will see all the open alerts that it's collecting of all these machines here. So for example, this one here is for the Edge Service Gateway, the VPN one, and if I double click on it, it says one or more OSPF areas are using an insecure authentication. Well, this is not a disaster, it's just a warning. Like, you're doing OSPF, but it's not safe. It's not according to what we want, and it's a risk, and you need to change it to something safe. You need to do OSPF authentication. Well, for the lab environment, I didn't feel like doing this. I just wanted to get it working. That's it. Well, for example, this one here has no syslog server. I didn't set it up there, and it will give you all different warnings, and the one is critical, the other one is well, less critical. And the transport layer part here, you will see that it gives me all different hosts. Basically, these are the transport zones, and I only have one transport zone, which is a global transport zone configured. And well, green means that's okay, it's healthy, it's good. For each host, vSphere hosts or ESXi hosts, there's a different transport zone. Well, no, there's one transport zone which is in use by all of these different hosts. Okay, so that's this part here. I will roughly go through this one here. So the vSphere topology. You will see the different objects here. So you will see my logical switches, my virtual machines that are actually connected to the logical switch or logical switches. You will see my edge services gateways, and you will see my logical routers. You will see my NSX manager here as well. So for example, if I click on the NSX manager, you will see a logical topology and you will see a physical topology. So you can see in the physical topology, you can see that it's loading the diagram. Logical topology is just an NSX manager. Physical topology, it's well, on this physical host. So let's take one of my virtual machines that's connected to a logical switch. You can see the app02 will be connected to the app logical switch, and well, right now here I only selected the VM, so you will only see the VM here. If I would select the logical switch app where it's connected to, you will see that, well, it will have a topology with all the app VMs connected to it. Right now we know here that my app02 is running on my well, ESXi host 10.11.11.7.3. So let's take one of my logical switches that I just told you about, and I will take the normal LS app logical switch. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I think I missed it. So you will see an LS app 4 here. You'll see an LS app 3. And we can't find my LS app. Let me see. Let me just do a name sort that I can more easily find it. And it's on alphabet. Oh, there it is. So let me click on LS app, and there you will see that. Well, suddenly see that is, well, I think it looks very cool though. You can see that the logical topology, you can see what virtual machines are actually connected to this LS app. So you can see my LDR is connected to it, one of my VMs app 2, another VM, and, well, another VM, all connected to this logical switch app. If you look at the physical topology, you can see that, well, where those VMs are also physically hosted. So this is fun. Yeah. Well, if you hover on it, you can see all types of different information, like what the VXLAN is, or VXLAN ID is. Well, the subnet, and the health, the risk, the efficiency, all those kind of things. That it's, well, looks okay, right? You can do the same with the VMs as well. So another tab here, the dashboard, is the vSphere object path. Here you can find, well, a little bit more information regarding, for example, the LS web. Well, you can find the collection status, the health, the risk, the efficiency. So that means that everything looks okay, right? Well, you can also go to troubleshooting, where you can, well, this basically tells me the same information, but here you have a little bit more information: the adapter type, the object type, the policy, and the same objects, of course, are also here. You can see the logical switches in particular. So let's take the LS app logical switch, and, well, you can see that the health is okay, and the efficiency. This one is specifically only showing the logical switches here. So let me go to the recommendations tab, and in the recommendations tab you will see, well, basically what it means. The health, why is the health good, why is there a risk there, what is the efficiency, etc., etc. So you will see, based on this specific environment, what's happening here. For example, here they say, what is a risk? Well, a risk is that you have, well, one or more OSPF areas. I just showed you that, that has insecure authentication. There's no high availability on the edge service gateways. The distribution switch is configuration is incorrect. That means that probably one of the NICs are, well, not configured correctly or whatever. There's no backup using secure FTP, so you probably need a backup for using SFTP and not FTP. What I did. Those are all things like, well, if you really want to have a clean environment and you have a production environment, then it should be clean. Those messages or risks or whatever should all be, well, blank. If you go to diagnose, you can do all different things. Like, for example, I can select it. It will generate a topology graph again, and, yeah, you can look at the metric charts here, CPU, etc., etc. So those are, well, pretty cool things to look at.